Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying this conference. It's packed full of amazing content, but even more amazing people. And I'm just grateful to be here to serve you and to give you some fun ideas too. My workshops tend to be a little bit short, but they are things that you can also continue to do while you're watching other workshops and throughout the day as well. This is mail art, and I don't know if you've ever received a piece of mail art in the mail, because get it, mail art as in M-A-I-L, but it is artwork that actually goes through the mail. It's like a phenomenon, like it's a thing. There's an international mail art group. If you Google mail art or postal art, it's amazing the things you'll find. This is a piece that I sent to Nasco to myself. I loved it because I had Frida on there. But it is really super fun to make, and it's great in a distance learning, in remote learning situation, because if you don't have any supplies to use, these crazy postcards that you get in the mail, just keep saving them, and you know that you can mail them because they came to us this way, right? So that's exactly what I did with the Frida one, is I just took a piece of postcard, that junk mail that came to me, and I started building off of it. Nasco does sell the sketchable postcards. That's a multimedia paper. It's pretty heavy. It has a place for you to write a message and a address, and even shows you where to put the stamp. I believe Jack Richardson also has watercolor postcards, and that's the beauty of this mail art, is it doesn't have to be Kris Bakke collage style. It can be painted, it can be neurographic art, which I did a little session on that. But this one is a combination of the neurographic art with the black Sharpie and just some watercolor and then a little bit of collage on it. I personally like to collage. I like to make it fun because I want it to end up looking very arty and fun. The other part too is it doesn't have to be a postcard, so you can create the neurographic art card. But just remember, if you're putting it in an envelope, the whole idea is mail art so that somebody sees it in the mail. So now I'm going to have to decorate the envelope as well. And if you're enjoying my Ernie and Bert Sesame Street stamps, because stamps are something that you'll need to mail. And what I would always recommend is, if this normally would take one stamp, I would probably put 2 on it just for the weight of it and whatever. Mail art goes out one way, doesn't always come back another. So you have to consider what you're using too. I use a lot of glue sticks when I'm collaging. I also use a lot of Mod Podge. Liquid glue certainly too, and right now I'm just collaging some stuff on here because I can. But the thing about a glue stick is, if it's not solid, you may end up losing a piece. I let my grandson and granddaughter do this with me, and we mailed something to my house to their papa, and when it came back, the part that said, it said Cool Hunter on it. Yeah, well, the part that came back just said Hunter. And so I'm making a mess out of this because it's a very old book that so right now I'm just laying down pieces that are going to create like a little background. I like to be very crazy and collagey, and it's sticking to my fingers, which is hilarious. So I'm just picking out some stuff. This just says me on it. You might want to plan your words, but sometimes it's fun just to literally collage and This was some cool painted paper. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Mrs. Jeannie, but she does some amazing painted paper. So I'm going to glue that on there. So it's a great way to get students to be very, very creative, but also a great way to communicate with each other. Nasco has created a Facebook page, a Mail Art Group Facebook page, where if you are interested in partnering with other classes to do a mail art exchange, we absolutely would love that. I do a lot of tearing too, just because I think it makes it look scrappy and fun. That's my style. You can make it clean and neat and like beautiful fine art. That's what mail art is. It's sending art through the mail, and it doesn't have to be anything that you don't want it to be. You make it exactly how you want it. So I interrupted myself because I'm real good at that. But I'm going to use Debbie West's classic Together We Are Better here. But what I'm saying is it's a really fun way to get some communication going through the mail. Plus, when you're stuck at home and you're not with your friends and things like that, it's nice to be able to send a little communication. It's great to just think creatively and be a little bit less structured. You can collaborate this with other assignments. You can have somebody study maybe a different country and try to send a piece of mail art to a place or someone and see what you get back. A lot of times in mail art, I have learned that if you get a piece, you should reciprocate with a piece. Not everybody does that, but it's something to think about. So this is just one way of creating. I want to say too that even if you don't have junk mail around, even take like a cardboard box. This happened to be from the Faber-Castell watercolor box, and just cut the postal size. And you can go on the USPS website to say what the parameters are. You do have to be careful if you're putting like thick things on there, buttons, because it does go through a machine, but that's what kind of makes it fun. You get the insignia of the stamp machine on there, and it's just kind of cool to know that this piece of art went through the mail. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I am Kris Bakke, kbakke @nascoeducation.com. Check out our mail art, Nasco Art Education mail art group. Hopefully post on there. Like, we'd love to get this to generate some excitement. We're putting together like a Google sheet to share. Don't put personal addresses on there or student addresses on there. Let's stick with schools just to make things safe. But if you have any questions or you want to share your art with us, you are welcome to send it to Nasco too. Nasco is 901 Janesville Avenue, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, 53538. I will also attach the mail art lesson plan by Beth Allums. She also is from Virginia, and she didn't create mail art, but she just shows how she did it in her classroom with her students. And she often would set up a station where they could continue to add postcards and take postcards, and it was just sort of a mail art station that was always available for them to use. So I think you can have lots of fun with it, and I'd love to hear how you do. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the conference, and thank you so much for doing what you do. Have a great day.